Well, here at Roborock Masters, I tested a bunch of Roborock vacuums, probably more than I can count, which isn't very high. Anyways, these Roborock vacuums aren't a big fan of magical unicorns. These will take them out, but luckily, I got a brand new Roborock vacuum from Roborock. This is the Roborock S7, and you can see with its elegant navigation, it will respectfully avoid Sparkles so he doesn't get taken out, and Sparkle lives to see another day. Hello guys, how's it going? It's Nathan here, Roborock Masters. Well, I'm super excited today because we got a brand new Roborock. I've been using the Roborock S6 MaxV for about 6 months. Been a great little clean, it's very devoted and had no issues with it. Now, you know how technology is, every few seconds they come out with a newer, better model. Well, today we got the new, the new Roborock S7. I know you guys all been waiting for this. Now, keep in mind that I did receive this guy in exchange for a review from Roborock, so that's just something I want to point out. And the official release to the public is March 24th, so stay tuned for my secondary review video. Once that date comes around, I will try this out for a few weeks and give you my updated opinion on this guy. But for this video, it's just going to be the unboxing and my initial review. Okay, so right at the bat, the first impressions is it's really nice. I really like the box. It comes with a nice colorful box. So good job, Roborock, for not providing plain old boxes. You guys know how I feel about plain boxes. Goodbye, box. Whoa, this is crazy. Check this out, guys. What we got is the actual instruction manual. Very nice booklet. Provides all the information you need. So make sure you spend hours and hours reading that. You know how I am with instructions. I spend hours doing that. Get that out of there. Okay, so here's the quick start guide for the app. There's actually a QR code, but it kind of walks you through how to set up the app. It's a pretty simple process. If you ever set up like a smart TV or like one of your voice assistants, you should have no problem setting up the Roborock. Alright, so here's the new vibrating mopping system. Let's check out this mopping plate here. See what this is all about. Get that plastic thing out of there. Wow, look at that. You notice the difference in the mopping pad? Yeah, that's really cool. Has kind of like a textured feeling. Okay, so there's that vibrating mopping plate there, ultrasonic, and it kind of gives you nice instructions how to set it up, and it's held on by Velcro. Should make it pretty easy to remove, and it's washable, so very, very nice. And there's the mopping plate. Cool. I do like the fact they put Roborock on the actual cable holder here, so that's a nice little touch. Get this boxy thing out of here. Get out of the boxy thing. There we go, guys. We guys box. I think I'm done with you. Let's toss you over there. Whoa! I hit my camera. Oops, sorry. Bag of robot. I hope I'm not gonna break this thing or drop it. Yeah, I think that's just plastic stuff. Yeah, the plastic stuff. Whoa, this is really, really cool. Very, very nice. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the black one, the white version? I believe there's two different colors. So the big question right now is, should I get the S6 MaxV or should I get the Roborock S7? Is this a direct competitor? Well, in my opinion right now, I think S6 MaxV has its benefit of having that front-facing camera. So if you're the type of person that has a very messy household, maybe a lot of obstacles on the ground, maybe you should shoot for the S6 MaxV. Both have the electronic control mopping system, but where the S7 shines is that vibrating mopping system. So if you use a lot of the mopping features, like the electronically controlled mopping system, I would recommend the S7. The navigation is also pretty good. I'll go and try that out in this video, but even with the LiDAR navigation system, it's able to avoid a lot of the objects. So unless you really want that front-facing camera, the S7 should be a good option. In terms of like spec-wise, they're almost identical. They have the same pascals, 2500 pascals. They also have the same battery life, around 2.5 hours, 5200 milliamp hour battery. Their dustbins are almost the same, around 470 milliliters. Also, the water tank's almost identical. So again, if you do a lot of mopping and you want the mopping capabilities, the S7 is the ideal choice. But if you have a lot of obstacles and you want the live streaming capabilities, well, the Roborock S6 MaxV is probably the better choice. I don't think they're a direct competitor. They just have their strong points. So you probably can't go wrong with either option. But this is a very nice clean look. And check this out, guys. This dustbin is actually a little bit different size there. Yep. So it's definitely longer. And check the filter size here. And they're both washable. So, sadly, you can't interchange the dustbins or filters. thing I do notice is there's nowhere to put the tool. So I was wondering where in the world is the tool holder. It usually comes right here. Now, if you look closely, maybe you guys can see that inside here is actually where the inlet is for the fan motor. So that's really, really cool. So it looks like they redesigned the fan motor to kind of suck from this. Pull this little tabby thing out. And the inlet for the self-emptying. So all you have to do is just take out this plastic tab and you're good to go with the self-emptying system. So I presume that the Roborock S7 and the models beyond are the ones that work with the new self-emptying bin, which should be available in a few months after the release of the S7. It's a very similar design like with the other models. You got the home button, you got your power button, and you also have your spot clean function. And if you hold down these two buttons simultaneously, you do have a Wi-Fi pairing mode. It does have the clickable domey knobby thingy. Yep, so low-hanging furniture, the robot doesn't hit its head. This is a term I just came up with. Most people just call it the pressure sensor. I like to call it the clicky domey knobby thingy. That's Roborock's term. Alright, so let's check out the water bin here. So this is a very interesting water tank. It looks a little bit smaller than the S6 MaxV's. Let's check out the S6 MaxV's water tank. Notice the differences, S6 MaxV, the S7. So over here is where the pump is. It's off to the right there, your left. So very, very nice. So it's interesting how Roborock redesigned the entire S7. One infrared sensor. You also have the side sensor for the dedicated wall sensor. So these side brushes are speed sensitive. So along the edges they do speed up to get the dirt and debris away from your baseboards. And in open areas they actually slow down so they don't scatter debris around. So, let's start from the top here. There's that front wheel caster, something that most of the robot vacuums have these days. You do have the cliff sensors. Looks like this guy does have 6 cliff sensors, like on the S6 MaxV, and you also have the same silicone side brush. This is a 5-arm side brush. I did find that these are pretty good, and they seem to last a long time. So here's the changes, that new extractor bar. Let's go and give you guys a quick look there. Check that out, guys. There's that new extractor bar. So this is an all rubber design extractor bar. So it should help resist with pet hair. Also should make it a little bit easier to remove the pet hair from the extractor bars. That's from having experience with like the Roombas. So we'll definitely try that out. And let's see if I can remove the ends here. Yep, the ends get removed. So it makes it really easy to remove the ends. So I do know some hair wrapped around the axles, but the actual brush hole itself, there's no hair. So overall, it's doing a really good job not getting the hair tangled around, and you can remove the ends here. Makes it very easy to get the hair off. So good job, Roborock. I'm pretty sure this is about the same as like the iRobots. I found that they're fairly easy to clean the brush roll, and Roborock is just as easy. So I think it was a sensible idea to go with the all silicone brush design. There's a lot of hair that collected on the extractor bar, but luckily there's a clean tool that makes it pretty easy to remove. But you guys can see the changes there, and it looks like it's the exact same length. So one thing I have a question about is, can I put the old extractor bar in the new S7? Let's check that out. Doesn't look like it will fit. On the S7, the actual inlet or the covering is actually a little bit shallower, so it hits the extractor bar. So even though it does fit in the ends, it actually puts too much resistance on the extractor bar, so it won't spin. So technically, you could use the new extractor bar in the Roborock S6 MaxV. I don't know how well the performance is. You probably would just want to stick with the one that's designed for, but that's just something to look at. Okay, guys, here's the vibrating mopping system, and this plate also raises up about 6 millimeters, so we'll see how well that works. Should be able to just slide right in here and click. Yep, you're good to go. So it's pretty simple to set up this mopping plate. Do some cleaning challenges. So hold on. Okay, so the first thing I want to try is see how well the actual new vibrating mopping system works. To set up, it's pretty simple. And the roll vacuum will let you know when the plate's installed and also the water tank.
Water tank removed.
And I do recommend just using cold or warm water. Don't put any chemicals in here, could damage the actual pump. Once you have the water tank filled up, all you do is just put it back in the robot.
Water tank installed.
one thing I like to do is pre-wet the mopping pad. Just kind of helps with the water flow. There's some groove right here on the mopping plate, so just go and follow the groove there. Once you find the groove, just kind of slide it in, and it's held on by Velcro here and around there. And just press it down, and go and slide your mopping plate on, and the roll-up vacuum will announce when it's installed.
Mop mount installed.
Okay, so the first challenge is I got some wet mud here. Also, I let it dry for about an hour or so it's kind of moist. And then right here it's just dry mud. And we're going to see how well the robot vacuum does. It's going to be on both the high power vacuum mode and also intense mopping mode. I'll show you those two settings. So let's go ahead and pull up the smartphone here. And here's the map of my floor plan. So right now we're in my bathroom area. I'm going to go and zoom in here. And we'll just go and do a zone cleaning. And we can actually just kind of focus in on that area. Now you may notice like this kind of dark area right there. That actually represents carpets, the bathroom carpets. But for now, we're just going to get those removed. I'll try to line up the area to cover this entire place here. Hopefully I did that right. About right there. So it can cover the entire area. Next, we're going to go and change the vacuum and mopping mode. We'll go on intense, which is the 5 little fan blades. Also, we're going to do on intense mopping. And lastly, we're going to go do deep cleaning as well. So everything is to its max settings. We'll see how well it does. Alright, let's go and get going here and see what it does.
Starting zone cleanup.
Okay, so you may notice that in the beginning the robot vacuum was kind of spinning in at 360 degrees. Well, I think it's priming the mopping pad, adding additional water since it's in a deep mop setting. Hopefully down the road Roborock will actually incorporate a wide mopping pattern. I think this is very good because I tried this on like the Viomi V2. I think the wide mopping pattern allows the robot vacuum to go over the spot multiple times. So if you liked the video so far, give me a big old thumbs up. It really does help out the video and also helps out my channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Nathan. I do a lot of head-to-head challenges with robot vacuums and other cleaning products. I try to do in-depth review videos, so I cover all aspects like the app, the setup process, and also the cleaning challenges. See that there's still a lot of dirt and debris left. Okay, so one thing I looked at is I'm actually on the intense mopping, which is only mopping only. They recommend only having vacuumed and then you do the intense mopping, maybe for stains or so. I'm gonna go ahead and change the setting here. Let's go ahead and drop it down to moderate, and I think it should be able to do both vacuum and mopping at the same time. I know you guys are all falling asleep, so I'll go and speed up the footage and we'll see the end results. Okay, so here's a look at the mopping pad. Has a lot of dirt and debris, so I'm gonna have to go and wash this up for the next test. And here's the extractor bar. Looks still fairly clean. Just a quick rinse should be able to remove all the dirt and debris off. And you can see that the robot also needs some cleaning as well. But for the most part, it did a fair job. I think for the next challenge, I'm going to actually just keep it on its vacuum and mopping mode, so it has a little bit better performance, and then we'll see how well it does with like powder. Okay, so you may not see it on my face, but I'm just dying inside. I'm just super happy, like this boy right here. I got some Schindel sand, so let's go and put some sand down and see how well it does. Well, what do you guys think about the first pass? Not too bad. I think just leave one little strip right there, but for the most part, was able to get the majority of the dirt and debris. Alright, let's go and fast forward and have it do a secondary run, and we'll check out the results. Keep in mind this is on its max power mode, around 2500 pascals.
Pause.
Well, it looks like it achieved 100%, so this is actually quite impressive. I've tested a lot of vacuums on this channel, and I think the S7 is probably up there with being one of the most powerful, being able to pick up this powder out of the cracks here. So good job there, I'm really impressed. So this powder challenge on medium profile carpet requires good agitation and strong suction. Some more vacuums I tested struggle with this, and even some stick vacuums. Luckily the Roborock S7 did a good job, picked up about 95% of the powder off of this carpet. Now I did sprinkle some cereal down, and it did a fair job as well. I do appreciate the crisscross pattern, allows the Roborock vacuum to get from multiple directions.
Pause.
Well, looks like there's still a little bit of chunks. I'd probably give it like a 97%. So it did a fair job picking up the cereal off this medium profile carpet. Well, if you're a messy floor plan like me, I highly recommend picking up all the cables. Get these guys out of the way. Pick up all the socks as well, the shoes. Yeah, we know who you are. Alright, come on, Pooch, let's go. Let's go, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Yeah, that's a good boy. Come on. Come on. I know you want to come. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Okay, so I love doing these review videos, and one of my favorite parts is filming the navigation. It's kind of interesting how these Roborock vacuums navigate. Even though they all look very similar and they all have very similar technology, it really plays an important role in how efficient the software is. And Roborock definitely got the navigation down to a T. It's one of the best navigating robots out there. The Roborock S7, despite not having a front-facing camera, is able to go around objects without physically bumping into them. So I really think navigation plays a very important part when choosing a Roborock vacuum. 50% is the cleaning performance, and I think 50% is the navigation. So you really want to pick a Roborock vacuum that can navigate well. It does have to be the most advanced Roborock vacuum out there. So for example, if you have like a 1200 square foot home, I really don't think you need a LiDAR-based Roborock vacuum. You could probably get away with one that uses gyros and accelerometers. But the benefit of having LiDAR is it can navigate in complete darkness. That's something that Roborock vacuums with cameras struggle with. They do need some type of light for them to work. Also with LiDAR navigation, they're the most accurate in terms of mapping quality. They can accurately map out your floor plan. Now the downside to LiDAR navigation is if you have low hanging like drapes or like bed curtains, sometimes those Roborock vacuums will think they're like curtains or walls, and they actually won't try to go underneath it. So try to pick up the bed curtains or bed skirts before vacuuming, or the Roborock vacuum won't be able to get underneath the bed. Okay, so here's where the Roborock's navigation really shines, is in tight areas. So you can see that either side of the robot there's a chair leg, and there's only a few millimeters. So what the robot has to do is kind of use its physical bump sensor to kind of feel its way around, and it does a really good job to kind of figure out how to accurately go around it. Now, the Roborock vacuum does have a couple options. You could do a room select, you could do a pin to go, which I'm doing in this example. But you're probably wondering, how in the world do I do this? Well, I'm going to show you how to set up the app, and also I'm going to show you the application for the mapping process. You download the Roborock QR code here, or scan it, and it should pop up. And this allows you to go directly to the Roborock app, so you don't have to guess what app it is. And once you have it installed, just go ahead and open it up. And once you first start the app, you will need to create an account. I've already done this, but we'll just ask for your email and you can create a password. It's a pretty straightforward process. As you can see, I already have the Roborock S6 MaxV paired up. But I'm going to pair up the Roborock S7. And then according to the instructions, it wants me to pair up the device or start the Wi-Fi pairing process. So let me show you that. All you have to do is you can hold the two outer buttons, the sparkling button and the home button, for about 3 seconds. And if we open up the flappy lid, you can see that the Wi-Fi indicator is flashing, letting you know that the robot is ready to pair up. You can know if it's connected to your Wi-Fi network by the solid blue indicator. That's how you know if it has a good connection. Okay, let's keep on going with this setup process. Now, what we're going to do is go and press the plus icon. It's in the top right hand corner, and it's going to search for the robot. I do recommend having the smartphone connected to Wi-Fi when you first start. Also, the device only supports 2.4 gigahertz networks, not the 5 gigahertz networks. Alright, so it looks like the Roborock S7 is showing up here, so we'll go ahead and click on it. Now just go ahead and click in your home network password, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And once I have it put in, just go ahead and click next. And this process takes anywhere from just a few minutes to up to 30 minutes, depending on if there's a software update. So if it's taking a while, just let it do its thing. I would just let it...
Connecting to Wi-Fi. Stand by.
Thanks for interrupting me. I'll just let it do its thing. So I'll be right back. Whoa, we're back already? Did you guys miss me? Probably not. Alright, let's go and click use now. And the app's going to initialize the device. And it should check for updates. If not, we can check manually in the settings here. Alright, we agree to all the legal information. And I highly recommend you guys read that. I know how you guys are with legal information. Read everything. It's so much fun reading those things. Okay, so it looks like this is our main home screen. The Roborock app, there's a lot of great features, and if you haven't already installed the Roborock app, go ahead and do so. It either supports Android or iPhone, just search it in the App Store. Now, one thing to remember is it only supports the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi networks, not the 5 gigahertz. Most Wi-Fi routers these days are dual band, so look for the 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, let's go and launch the Roborock app here. So just go and find it. It's a pretty nice icon. It just says Roborock with the little Z. So we'll launch into it. So this is the main home screen. I already have the Roborock S6 MaxV paired up. And once you have another robot, it will show up next to it, the Roborock S7. And you can change between the different levels. I got main level and level 2. So that's nice. You can customize it. And both the S6 MaxV and S7 and some other generation Roborocks support up to 4 floor plans or 4 saved maps. So it's very nice. You got your notifications. So if you have any issues or problems, it will alert you. So the Roborock S6 MaxV lets me know it's returning back to the dock. And the same thing applies to the S7. It lets you know when it's done cleaning stuff. Now you also have device, which is the main home screen, and you also got profile that has all your account information. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the Roborock S7 here. Now up top there's the name of the robot. You can actually change it, and one user actually called theirs Door the Dirt Explorer. I thought that was pretty clever, a very cute name, so you can name your robot whatever you like. Now this is the previous cleaning history, and I didn't do a clean job. It did 0 meter squares, has the battery life, and also has the time it took to do this job. And you can see it just kind of was going around. I was testing navigation in this cleaning job. Okay, so this is the main map here. You can see that it's color coded. I didn't change the map yet. I just had the robot do its thing. And you can see it kind of divide up the rooms. Not the most accurate, but it does work. So different colors represent the different rooms. And one new thing to the Roborock S7 is that new ultrasonic carpet detection. Basically what it does is it allows it to detect carpet more accurately. And you can see that this is kind of a little bit darker blue. And this is the carpeted area over to the right there. And over here is the actual hardwood floors. Great if you want to recognize area rugs. You can actually accurately determine where those are so you don't mop your area rugs. Okay, so down below is some icons. You got room, so you can actually select the room you want the robot to clean, and it drops a pin. You can actually do several rooms if you like. You also have full, which when you press the clean button, the robot vacuum will do the entire house. And lastly, you got zone, which you can actually draw squares and customize how many times you want to do it. You can do it once, twice, or even 3 times. So very nice. You can add a zone, and again, you can add 1 or 2 times you want the robot vacuum to do pass. Also, you can change the vacuum level, max, medium, or turbo, in balance, and quiet. You also have scrub intensity. You can change that as well. And you also have standard and deep. So deep scrubbing allows it to just do mopping only. The vacuum motor isn't turned on, but it actually goes in like a special Z pattern. So if you just want a mopping job, I would select deep. Okay, let's go and jump back into here and check out the edit map. So once you've mapped out your floor plan, these icons will pop up. So we'll do the no-go zone first. And you got some icons here. Invisible wall allows you to draw just like lines across. Great for entryways. So if you want the robot vacuum to not go into a certain room. Now you also have no-go zone. You can create squares or rectangles. Great if you had a giant plastic cup castle. You made a nice stack and you don't want the robot vacuum to knock it over. Don't worry. create that no-go zone, and that stack won't get knocked over. And lastly, you got the no mopping zone. You can actually create areas where you don't want the robot vacuum to mop. But with the new Roborock S7, with the ultrasonic carpet detection sensor, it actually will do it automatically. And there is a setting where you can actually lift up the mopping pad so it doesn't mop your carpets automatically. So this setting is kind of like additional. It's not really necessary since you have the carpet detection sensor. Okay, let's jump back into here. We won't save any of this. Now let's go and check out the edit rooms. So this allows you to edit rooms. So for example, let's go and divide my living room and entryway. So we just go ahead and should be able to select the two areas. There's that line there. Let's go ahead and move the line over. Just grab the two handles and we should be able to divide the two areas. That's true. I can show you how that works. So you just select two different areas, maybe this area and this area, and you can select merge, and it will become the same color. And there we go, we got all blue. You can also name this area if you like. We can call it main level, level 2, custom. Let's see. And we should be able to change it to whatever you like. We'll call it this Robot Masters. Cool. All right. And it should update as Robot Masters. Okay, so that's just the editing. You can just play around with it. I highly recommend spending some time getting it just right. And let's go ahead and check out the settings here. There's a lot into the settings in the top right hand corner. Robot settings basically allows you to name the robot. You can change the indicator lights. And this robot vacuum actually has two. The buttons light up, and also there's a nice little multicolored strip up top. Gives it a nice little touch. You also have child lock. This is a nice feature, so if you have a young child, they don't accidentally start your robot, so I really like that feature.
Child's lock on. Child's lock on. Press and hold spot clean to unlock. Child's lock off.
Do not disturb mode basically turns off the lights and voice so the robot vacuum doesn't disturb anyone. And this is a nice feature. Since I'm in the US, I like the feet squared, so I'm going to change my units there. Let's go and jump back. Now you also have managed maps. So when you first get the robot vacuum, I highly recommend going to the setting and enabling the map saving beta. This is very important. I don't know why Roborock has this off by default, but I think they should enable it because a lot of people don't know about that. If you don't have this enabled, you actually won't save your maps. So this is my map 1. I can create up to 3 more plus this one, so 4 total. I can delete, I can rename the map, and I can edit the map. And you can also restore the map. So for some reason, if the robot vacuum somehow gets confused, you can restore it. So very nice. And this option, if you have a single level home, select that option. If you have the multi-level home, select that option. Okay, let's go and jump back in. Carpet settings, new to the Roborock S7, like I said, is that new carpet detection sensor, and you do have the ability to rise the mopping pad when it detects carpet, or if you have like rubber mats, you can actually tell it to ignore, and it will just keep the mopping pad down. Carpet boost is very similar to like the carpet sensor, being able to lift the mopping pad, but instead of lifting the mopping pad, it will actually increase the vacuum level. I believe the previous generation Roborocks, like the S4 Max, the S5 Max, the S6 had the carpet boost sensor as well. So ideally have the vacuum on low power on hardwood floors and enable carpet boost when it's on carpet so it takes advantage of the increased suction. Okay, so you also have robot voice. The robot voice has several different languages. You got English, you got French, probably like what, Chinese, Japanese, and you can also change the volume level as well. Okay, so we also have scheduling. Let's check out scheduling. So Roborocks are known to have a pretty robust scheduling features. You can start the robot at any time, and this is 24-hour format. You also can change the every day. You can do weekly, you can do weekends, and you can customize as well. So very, very nice. And this is where Roborock kind of steps ahead in competition. You can actually preset vacuum levels, the mopping levels. You can tell it to do deep. You can even customize it. So what that means is each room can have its own dedicated vacuum and mopping levels. I really like this feature. I use it a lot. So for example, in my kitchen, they're all hardwood floors. So I usually keep the water level very low and keep the suction low. On my carpets, I usually increase the suction and then in my bathroom where it's tiles, I increased the water flow. So I don't have to keep playing with that, it's just preset. All I have to do is just select the room. So that's a huge benefit. I really like the customized scheduling. Okay, levels recognition. Basically what that does is the Roborock back will automatically update its map if you have 2 saved maps or more. It's a really nice feature. You don't have to worry about making sure you're on the correct map. The Roborock back will reposition itself and create that map. Do that. Tell it to go back home.
Continue returning to Dom. Positioning. Stand by.
Now the only feature I think is missing is the sequencing, where you can actually tell it to go to certain rooms. I'm not sure if Roborock will provide an update for that feature. Okay, let's go and jump back into here. You also have pin to go. Basically what that does is you can drop a pin down and the Roborock backend will automatically drive down there. You also have the remote control feature, which I'll show. But once you get to that desired location, you can do a spot clean, which does a 1.6 by 1.6 meter squared area, and it does a crisscross pattern. So it's a pretty nice feature if you accidentally did a small spill or if you just want an intense clean in that certain area. Okay, so here's that remote control feature. It does work over cellular and Wi-Fi, and you got the joystick function and you also have the remote control function. And once you get to the desired location, you can clean the entire area, you can do a spot clean, and you can tilt the Roborock back into dock. So it's a cool feature. Roborock definitely spent a lot of time with the app. It's a pretty simple, easy to use interface, and there's a lot of great features. Now, cleaning history just lets you know where the Roborock backend cleaned, how long it took, and the area itself. So it's very nice. So I just did a clean challenge for this filming, and you can see where it went. Okay, so now we have maintenance. So this is nice because after a while you do have to replace the filters, the extractor bar, the side brushes, and even clean like the robot itself. So I do recommend following this maintenance plan so your robot backend will last a long time, and it doesn't take much to wipe them down. Just a kind of a damp cloth should work, and it just takes a minute or so. Okay, so lastly we also have customer support. You can contact Roborock at support@roborock.com. You also have the serial number, and you can also report a log, which is nice. And they're pretty good about like getting back to you and responding to you and trying to address your issues. And lastly, we got the user manual. So I do like the fact that Roborock spent the time to make a digital version of your manual. So like me, I usually throw away the manual. So luckily, I'm taken care of. I got a digital copy of it. Okay, and you got troubleshooting. So if you have any errors, you can actually see exactly what's going on there. So very nice. I really like the fact that Roborock kind of took the extra mile to make sure that you're covered after buying the robot backend itself. And if you go online, you can actually buy the accessories on all that as well. Okay, so you can do firmware updates. So if there's any updates, the robot backend should automatically update once connected to Wi-Fi, or you can just kind of push it if there is an update. And you can delete the device, and that's about it. Well, I hope you learned everything about the Roborock S7 app. Everything is very similar, minus a couple tweaks. Like on the S6 MaxV, you do have the live camera feed option, and on the S6 MaxV, I believe it does have sequencing. So hopefully Roborock will add that in a future update. Alright, let's keep on going. Okay, let's go and wrap up this video, and I'll give you my final thoughts. But let me know down in the comments, are you guys planning on getting the Roborock S7? If you guys are, let me know why. If not, let me know why. I know a lot of people have the original Roborocks like the S4, S6 MaxV, S6, S5 Max, etc, etc. To be honest with you, if you have those robots, I don't think there's a significant update to the S7 unless you want the Roborock mopping system, if you're a big fan of mopping, or if you're waiting for that self-emptying bin system, which will be compatible to the Roborock S7. Okay, so let me give you my final thoughts. The pros, what I like about it is the navigation. Like with most of the Roborock products, are very good. It's probably one of the best out there. And despite this guy not having the front-facing camera, he did a really good job navigating the obstacles without bumping into them. So good job in that department. Also, I found that the suction is really good. I compared this to the S6 MaxV, and I found that the S7 actually performed better, even though it has the same Pascal. They really design, the airflow. So I think the redesign and also the improved rubber brush design made the roller backing do better on carpets. I was able to pick up more dirt debris from like the S6 MaxV. Okay, so some downsides is when I was doing a mopping challenge with the dirt, I noticed that it was kind of lifting up too often, the actual auto lift feature, so it was kind of missing some areas. I don't know if Roborock can address that. Maybe just keep the mopping system down. I know there's a setting. Maybe I'll play around with it. I will provide an updated video on my experience after 2 weeks and when the release of the Roborock S7 comes out, probably around March 24th. And I'll give you a more in-depth, detailed look at how the system works. But this was just a first impression and just what I thought so far. So the software probably can get some updates, and I think Roborock will probably push some updates prior to releasing the actual model to the public. Okay, so the last thing is I really do appreciate you guys watching this video. I know it's a long video, but there's a lot to cover with the Roborock S7. I tend to try to cover everything, not to leave stuff out. So thanks so much for watching. It means the world to me. And you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time, and be safe out there. Adios.